Welcome to the Daily Dish with New York Times bestselling author Leanne Ely. Putting vibrancy back into your everyday life and feeding your heart, mind, body, and soul. Join us every day at 1 p.m. Eastern for Motivational Monday, Tuesday's Tip, Wise Woman's Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, Food Fight Friday, and of course Q&A, where no question is off limits, and Soulful Saturday. Here is your host, Leanne Ely, and the Daily Dish.
Good afternoon. Come on in. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. I'm in the house. Are you? Let's give it up. Let's get going. Let's get day 2 of the sprint going. My goodness. Did we ever have a lot of sprinters this time around? Who's breaking their fast with a little hot melt mix, huh? Hi, Mariana. Good to see you. Come on in, everyone. Let's do this. There's my girl, Patsy. I'm going to be talking about you today, Patsy. There's Marianne. I see you. Hi, Denise. So glad to see everyone. There's my girl, Jackie. Bring it on. Let's do this. Hi, Vanessa. Darling Vanessa. From Texas. There's my girl, Amber. She's in the house. I see a bunch of people walking on in, including Heather. Cheers. Here's to Tuesday. Wow. Letha's in the house. Yeah, she wants to hang with us, but I don't even say her name. Don't even type it. Just call her the S word, because honestly, she comes up and she haunts me. I didn't ask for her. I never asked for her to help out. Hey, I've got this S word. Get out of here. Oh, cancel. We'll try it. We'll try it. Anyway, I'm so glad you're here. It is Transformational Tip Tuesday, and I have got some stuff for you because I'm telling you, Patsy made her Syria a British man. Maybe that's what I need to do. Her S word, a British man. Today we're going to be talking about 8 signs that you may have an abusive mindset working against you. Listen, trigger warning, I got to always say that, right? Hi, Susie. Hi, Noreen. Lucy's in the house. I always have to say this, but this might be something that makes somebody go inside. The word abusive comes up and it can be, I get it, but I'm not going to avoid it, because sometimes we got to face the truth, and the truth can be ugly. But once we have the truth, once we put the light onto the darkness, we can see clearly and we know what to do next. Who's with me on that? That's huge stuff. That's really huge stuff. And I have a question for you. You can answer this. You can either send an email into support@savingdinner.com, or you can say it here in the group. Hi, Lizzie. Good to see you. And that is, if you know of a conditioner that doesn't grease out your hair, let me know. Because I just washed my hair yesterday, and today it's like dry shampoo time. It really annoys the heck out of me. And I don't want to be overly greased. I want to use shampoo and conditioner like anybody else. But come on. Somebody's got to have something that doesn't grease your hair up. I'm just over it. I've used everything too, by the way. Anyway, let me know if you've got something. I want to know about it. And I want to say too, thank you for sharing all of these videos. Thank you for sharing our webinars. We had record turnout yesterday. And yes, we still have room for you to get on board with the vibrant detox. Here it is, Vibrant Body Detox. This you can watch the whole thing if you want to, start to finish, all the questions and all the answers. And if you still have a question, you can find out about it. Go to savingdinner.com/restore and find out about this, because we're starting this 10-day challenge. It's going to be super easy. It's going to be fun. It's going to be gentle. I don't want, have you ever had a steamroller take you over? Have you ever had a supplement that just put you on the floor? That's not what this is about. This is about gentle support for your body's natural detoxification processes. I want you to find out all about it. Go to savingdinner.com/restore and you can find out about that. How about that? You like that? I hope so. Anyway, how about a quote? How about a quote? Joanne likes my glasses. They're my blue ones. The brown ones broke. I bought another pair, another bundle. I buy them in bulk, y'all. These are readers, and they just go everywhere. And I can't see anything anymore. So they're 150s. Anybody wants to know? 150s with blue blocker in them. And I bought 5 of them for like $15. So I'm sure they're going to be just as cheap as all the rest of them. But I lose them. I mean, who can relate? You got readers all over the house, readers in the car, readers in your purse, readers, readers, readers. This is just the way it is, y'all. And welcome to my life. If you are in my price range, in my age range, you know about these reading glasses. Here we go. Here you go. Love this quote. We got this quote from a man named, a scholar. His name he's passed, Neil Maxwell. We also got this off of Sarah Preston's Vibrant board. Okay, her Vibrant Vision board. We did Vibrant Vision boards, and we're going to be sharing them on Friday, the 22nd. That's Friday, January 22nd, in a pajama party. So if you become a part of the Sprint Plus, which you'll hear about on Tuesday, and you were part of our, or if you were part of our vision, creating a vibrant 2021 workshop that we just got done having, you can still get, by the way, people are still buying it. You can get that at savingdinner.com/vibrant. You'll get the detox, and you'll get an invitation to this pajama party. Bring wine, that's all. Bring your own wine. It's so great. So here's our quote. Don't give up what you want most for what you want now. Right? How many times do we do that? We say, yeah, I'm all in, I'm going to do this. And then a little temptation comes along and it's game over. You forget all about that. We've got to have a bigger vision for ourselves than just the now. We want to live in the now, but we don't want to live in the past and live in old habits that no longer serve us. We want to live in a way that is creating that vibrant life that we say we want to live. Then that means we have to say no to the bad stuff, yes to the good stuff, and keep on creating that vibrant life. It is a constant thing. If you hear tapping and hammering and what have you, the gas guy is here. Guess what he's doing? Capping off our gas line so we can get, oh my gosh. Yeah, thanks guys. Thanks guys. We're creating a brand new master bedroom closet. We took out our linen / washer dryer closet. And so we're capping that line so that we can make a nice big closet. So they're down there tapping away. And I'm here, wear your mask. Oh gosh. Oh, please be done. Please be done. So let's live this, shall we? Let's put this on our vision board. Let's put this in our mindset of things that we want for ourselves. Because I find that as we want this delicious, yummy, big goal that we have in front of us, and we are saying no to all these itty bitty little things that come along our way to say, oh, come with me. You know, they're temptress, right? They're temptress. They're that devil poking you on the shoulder, just like Bugs Bunny. Like, come on over here. Remember that? The devil always had this funny little, I don't know, funny little accent. We don't need to be doing that anymore. We don't. We're grown-ups. We're big girls. We pull up our big girl panties and we say no to the dumb stuff. We've said yes enough. It's harmed us, and now it's time to go into the stuff that we really do want. We really do want. And by the way, I want you checked into the Hot Milk Sprint group. Checked in and putting pictures out and being involved and making this a part of your life. Because I will tell you, the ones that are doing that are the ones that are getting the results. It's just that simple. You know why? Because it's no longer an event, it's a lifestyle. It's no longer, oh, I'm gonna go do this. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna go do this. Yes, I believe in what I want for myself. Yes, I am all in. Have you noticed that? Have you decided, when you were 16 years old, or 15 or 16 years old. You know, when I became 16, I was waiting breathlessly for the clock to tick midnight so I could get down to the driver's, you know, the DMV, so I can go get my driver's license. Are you kidding? How much did you want your driver's license when you were a kid, right? We are focused, hyper vigilantly focused on it. And I'm asking you to kind of bring in that same enthusiasm for your life. Hey, Mimi, I see you. Anyway, We're also, speaking of that, we're always talking about how our environment is always going to trump willpower, because willpower is overrated. Amen? How many times have you failed and you think, oh, I just don't have the willpower to do that? It isn't your willpower, honey. It's your environment. If you get an environment that supports you, you're going to find yourself making the right choices more and more. Not overnight, not quickly, maybe as quickly as you'd like, but pretty quickly. A year from now, you're going to wish you had started today. That's one of our quotes from our quote deck. And this lovely little quote deck comes in this plastic container, 52 cards, and you can put them on your desk with this little wooden easel. Isn't that neat? We have them in our shop. You can find them at savingdinner.com/quote. Create an environment that supports the life that you want to lead. This is what we do. Having a good quote in front of you every week, that's going to help. Having your your vibrant vision board in front of you, that's going to help. Creating your goals, that's going to help. This is Take Back Your Life. We found some more of these hardback journals, by the way. You can find them at savingdinner.com/journal. I do workshops and teach you exactly how to use them. And we did that this Saturday, and it was just absolutely mind-blowing. Mind-blowing that how we could easily incorporate our goals into daily life. Really? Isn't that the truth? Did you find it just to be so much less intimidating? It makes it that way. It makes it work. What else do we have that I have to tell you about? I think I did everything, didn't I? All those things. The quote deck, oh, don't forget about your notes. We have show notes every single day. All you have to do is go to savingdinner.com. You'll get a little annoying pop-up, or if you have a pop-up blocker, you'll see on the side how to get our newsletter. That's all it takes. And every single day, you'll get announcements of different things. You might get a recipe, and you'll get show notes from today. So check that out. That's a little good tip for you. All right. How about the other thing I want to tell you, supplement of the week, multivitamin. Multivitamin. If you throw for Vanessa's like, well, where's the supplement of the week? You're right. If you want, this is the best way to stock up. I mean, this is a hot tip here. Put 4 in your cart, and it will be like you bought 3. That's right. The 4th one will essentially be free. And we just recalculate the price on the whole thing, and we ship it free. That's a great way to stock up and have the things that you need. So check that out. Go to savingdinner.com/show for the supplement of the week. We're here to support you. All right. All the things. Did I do all the things? I don't know. Did I? Quote deck. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, the webinar this Saturday. Are you kidding? The webinar that's happening on Thursday, because everybody's already asked me, what's the next thing? What do we do after this? Because they're excited about already getting results. I've seen all kinds of things in the group. It's at savingdinner.com/burn to sign up for it. Yes, it's free, and you're going to get all the things that you absolutely need, and to understand what the next steps are. And it's really, it's a great webinar. It's going to give you a lot of understanding about what we're doing, and it's a lot of fun to hang out with our girls. We have a good time, right? Cheers. Here's a hot melt mix in a Pilsner glass. All right. So, where are we? I think we hit it all. We also have the Q&A this Friday. I got a little announcement there on that one. So don't forget. Oh, Noreen, I haven't given the 8 steps yet. It's coming, I promise you. I'm building up. Hold on. Put on your seatbelt. It's coming. The Q&A is always lovely and enlightening. And if you want that, go to savingdinner.com or just support at savingdinner.com, and that's an email, and in the subject line, question for Leanne on Friday, whatever it is, nutrition. I've had questions about hair care, really, and I've done my hair on this on the show. How do you do your hair? Hey, listen, I'll do practically anything. I'll show up with a mask. I'll show you my skincare. Whoop, here you go. Here it is. Somebody was asking me about this in a private Facebook message, and they said, well, you look pretty good for your age. Well, thank you. I am 62. I own it. And I love our skincare. And by the way, this honeysuckle stuff is in that Korean, a lot of Korean skincare. And there's honeysuckle in here, and I've been using a little bit extra. I've been doubling down on our deep moisture serum simply because of the dry weather and all the heat being on. What a difference. Do that, you guys. Check it out and go to savingdinner.com/skin, I believe, is where you can find our skincare, our tea, all our Wise Women's products are on our website at savingdinner.com. Go have a peek-see. I tell you, I'm not going to let you down. We've got everything that you need. So I'm going to really like dig in a little bit to something that I've noticed. I have my noticer was out peeking around and noticed something that we get stuck in a way that, and we've talked about these negative loops that we get into. We've talked about the choices that we make in our lives that are actually really decisions. We've talked about how we have two pains to choose from. You can't avoid pain in this life. And it's either the pain of regret, which is huge, and putting off and procrastinating and saying, oh, maybe tomorrow, or the pain of the momentary, gosh, I don't want to do it, but I'm going to do it anyway, and then doing it and having that huge victory lap that we get to do and feeling really good about ourselves and, patting ourselves on the back and giving ourselves an attagirl, We have two pains. You can't avoid pain in this lifestyle, in this whole life. You have to choose your pain. Is it going to be big and enormous, or is it going to be a tiny pain? So get you through and get you over to the place where you are living that vibrant life that you want. The magic is in the fact that it is not just, what should I do? It's making a decision. When we make a decision, it's a concrete thing. Yes, I'm going to marry him. Yes, I'm going to take that job. Yes, I'm going to relocate. Yes, I'm going to say yes to the dress. Whatever it is, we have these places in our lives where we make these decisions. And if I asked you right now, you would tell me, I remember that decision that I made. I remember it was a momentous occasion. I remember where I was. I remember what I smell. I remember all the things. When we go to the place of just, instead of just saying, yeah, maybe I'll do that, and just saying, nope, this is a decision, things change. We go from just having a wibbly wobbly belief to having like, no, this is a decision. This is what I'm going to go do. And you can see this. If you go into the Hot Melt Sprint on Facebook, you can see these people, these women who have made these decisions in their lives, and they're starting to move the needle. And for me, being the audience of this, it's exhilarating to watch because I know what that feels like. I know what it feels like to make a decision. I made a decision in May that I'm going to go all in, with our supplements, with a new manufacturer, with everything, and making a commitment and a decision to do something that really scared the living liver out of me. You know that. I was crying on this show about it. But when you make that decision and when you decide there's no looking back, I'm going all in, things start to change. But there is something that can hold you back. There is something that can hold you back, and it's called an abusive mindset. And I'm going to give you the 8 signs of an abusive mindset, and I'm also going to do this at the same time if you're taking notes. I'm going to show you how to flip it. Because you don't have to live like that anymore. You don't have to be that person anymore. Because who we are shows up in what we do because of what we thought. Because of what we think about ourselves, what we think about our world, what we think about others. And if it's off and our belief system is pretty wobbly and it's all based on old crap, sometimes we got to take a look at that and decide no more. But let's start with number 1, okay? Let's start with number 1. And before we do any of this, I want you to write on top of your page the word but, B-U-T. Put a little square around it because I'm going to come back to that word quite a bit. Let's just consider the word but your keyword, okay? The number 1 thing that we have with this problem is with this abusive mindset that we have. The number 1 way, then the sign that this might be one of your issues is that your self-care is lacking. You put yourself on the back burner, you put everyone first, to the degree that you're almost, oh, woe is me, I'm a martyr. I'm doing all of this stuff. Everybody else counts except me. And who's making that decision except you? And your choice is, of course, to complain about it and let everybody know about it, or else you just suffer inside, in silence, just the ever suffering martyr. Really? Is that what you want to do? How much has suffering ever served you? How good does suffering make you feel? Is suffering connected to a vibrant life? I don't think so. I don't think so. This is suffering by choice, by the way. It's not suffering by design. It's not suffering because something horrible happened. It's suffering because of a mindset that doesn't serve you. It's suffering that is a choice, that you say, choice number one, I am going to suffer. Everybody else is going to come first. I'm not even going to take a shower. I'm not even going to have my own food. I'm going to eat off of everybody else's plate. I'm going to take the leftover fish stick from my baby. That's the kind of thing that we do. Your self-care is lacking. You want to hear self-care lacking? When I was, my children were 14 and 12, I went to go get some new clothes to finally fit me at the Lane Bryant store with Marla. And the sales lady looked at me and she was like, girlfriend, we got to do something about that bra. I was in this old cotton bra that was a nursing bra. My children were 13 and 14 years old. Because why? I came last. Because why? I didn't deserve it. Because why? Until I lost the weight, I wasn't going to get it. Until I lost the weight, until I did this, until I did that, I didn't deserve the self-care that I thought that I really did. I put myself for years on the back burner. And that moment was a wake-up call. When that woman kind of gave me this, like, honey, what's wrong with you? Pitiful look, in the store. That's when I saw it. That's when I saw that my self-care was not just lacking, non-existent. Okay? Number two, so how do we get out of that? How do we flip the non-existent self-care or the lacking self-care? Is we decide no more. We decide we count. We take the time to figure out when we can fit it in. Let me tell you something. If you think that you alone are the only one that's so busy on this planet that you don't have the time for this, you are wrong. We all have 24 hours in the day. And you can look at your schedule with a discerning eye and see if there's some things that need to go. If there's some things that you're doing that maybe is not the self-care that you think. Because if you think I'm just exhausted, all I want to do is sit there on social media and play games on my phone and drink wine and watch Netflix all night because of the exhausting day that I've had, let me just say this to you, okay? Unplug from that and plug into a little self-care and watch how things start to change. Have you noticed this? That when you care for yourself, you actually start to think a little differently about yourself? Because she who is worthy of this self-care is going to get the worth that she needs from herself and from others. And by doing so, hear me on this, this is showing God how much you love him. He created you on purpose, fearfully and wonderfully made, and you're neglecting yourself? That's enough. That's enough. No more, right? Amen? Number two, how about this? You're negative about your hopes and dreams. As a matter of fact, your hopes and dreams, you dismiss them. Yeah, but. Oop, there's that word again. Yeah, but. That key word is the but. When someone says, hey, what a great dream. What a great idea. I love what you're doing here. And you say, yeah, but I just don't have time. Yeah, but my dreams. Yeah, but everybody else. But my kids, but my parents, but my dad, my cousin, my dog, my goldfish. Everybody else matters except you. Your dreams, your goals, your hopes are put not only on the back burner, they're buried in the ground somewhere, forgotten about. We talked about what squirrels do. What do squirrels do? They go around and they gather up all their nuts, they dig them up and they bury them. Why do they do that? So they can have them for later. But 75% of them they forget about. That's what we do with our dreams. We bury them in the ground. We forget about them. You're worth it. Oh my gosh. Your hopes and dreams are going to put you into the place of your purpose. Connect the dots. I want you to see this. And if you're saying this, you're negative about your hopes and dreams and you're dismissing them and you're dismissing yourself. You're dismissing the things that drive you and cause passion and warmth and emotion inside of you. You're dismissing yourself. You're saying you're not good enough. You're saying you're not worthy of that time. Stop it. And I'm going to tell you, I told Patsy I'm going to talk about this because I think it's so incredible. She talked about she's doing her I can't say it, her vibrant vision board, and she's doing it with these little this little handwork, this needlework that she's doing. and she joined a group, and then she took a step and a risk and went into a mastermind, and now she's doing this on a way level up. And I'm not telling her whole story, that's her story to tell, but she risked it. She saw her hopes and she saw her dreams. She risked it. She put money out on it even and said, I'm going to do this, even though it scared the liver out of her. But look at her now. And look what she's doing. And she's posting pictures of herself in the group. And I'm seeing Patsy bloom in front of our eyes. I'm seeing Sarah bloom. I'm seeing Lucy bloom. I'm seeing Jen bloom and Lizzie. All of you blooming. Joanne has been our head bloomer for a long time. She's been with me forever and has done it so many of this. But blooming is something that you do have control over. That's what our workshop is. Our workshop's called Full Bloom for a reason. Because a rose in full bloom is at its most exquisite best. And we, in our ageism world, dismiss the full bloomed rose, don't we? We do. She's too old. She's a baby boomer. She's a this. She's a that. And I say, no, you're in your glory. Are you kidding me? You're a masterpiece. And I don't care if you say, I'm too old. I don't think I can. Whatever. Yes, you can. You're not too old. You are everything that you're meant to be. You are. You just haven't found that one little sweet spot yet. But stay here, you're going to find it. I promise. You will. You will if you're looking for it. Your brain is actively seeking the things that you're talking about yourself. You know, when you're saying negative things about yourself, your brain's going to look for the evidence to support that. But when you flip the switch and say, no, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to start taking and elevating my hopes and dreams and talking about them in a way that is, just imagine. Magical phrase. We start doing that, and guess what? What starts to show up? The evidence to support that instead. This is the magic that we have in our lives when we start taking ourselves seriously and the way we think seriously. It's incredible. Number 3, you see others getting past the negativity, but you choose not to believe that you can. You know, there's that but again. Yeah, they can do it, but I can't. Yeah, they've got this, they've got that, but I don't. The but word keeps coming in. We dismiss ourselves so easily. We brush ourselves aside as if we're litter on the ground. We don't even give ourselves the amazing opportunity to think about who we could possibly be. Because we have this abusive mindset. Everybody else counts, and we don't. And I'm saying to you, if you see yourself in this, I want you to see yourself in the way that God sees you. He sees you, he fearfully and wonderfully made you. He sees you as a daughter of a king. He sees you as his own. That is a privileged place. We come from a place of privilege, and when we come from a place of privilege, we need to elevate the way we think about ourselves, the lives of of everyone around us, and what it is that we're doing. You know? When we dismiss ourselves, we're dismissing everybody else around us. You matter. And what you do has a ripple effect to those around you. Did you know that? That's massively important. So getting past the negativity is, instead of that, start celebrating other people. Celebrate what they're doing. Celebrate Patsy's handiwork. Celebrate Sarah's vibrant vision board. Celebrate all of these things and watch how you start to shift inside from this negative Nelly into somebody who's just like starting to see a little bit of the possibilities, starting to distance herself from this abusive mindset, and instead stepping into the glory of who you are, which is extraordinary, by the way, extraordinary. I mean, think about the odds of you just even being here, you know? Think about that. I mean, right down to fertilization of that egg, one sperm, one little egg, and suddenly, you know, boom, here you are. You showed up. How incredible is that? You have a special place in this world at this time for a reason and for a purpose. So to be so dismissive is to really just to say, to God's handiwork. Don't do that to yourself. And start seeing all of this, because it's amazing what happens when we start to step into a different life, a different mindset. And number 4 is your protectiveness of your pain becomes more important than your well-being. Have you seen this? I know you've done this. or you've done it yourself, or you've seen this, where somebody is so intent on protecting this pain and their reasons around it that they can't get past it. And they can't get past to the opportunity of what can be if we can just see it for exactly what this is. Can we see that? You know, your pain is not that we're going to dismiss it. It's not that we're not going to acknowledge it. We're not going to roll around in it. You know what a dog does? Have you ever had a dog like this? They go outside, you take them outside, they take a poop, and then they decide to roll around in it. That's exactly what happens when we do this with our pain. We roll around on it. We roll around on that instead of walking away from the pain and just saying, you know, that's enough. It needed to happen when it happened. I had to get rid of it when I did, but I'm not going to live in it. I'm not going to roll around in it. That is a decision that you make. Don't roll around in the garbage anymore. It's time to step into the brilliance of who you are. And I'm going to keep saying this. I'm going to keep saying this, and I'm going to keep saying this. Because who you are is brilliant and wonderful, magnificent and beautiful, and intentionally here, right? Intentionally here. So we can at any time decide that that pain was an experience, and it's time to stick it into the experience file, and it's time to walk away from all of that and now look at what we have next. What you have next is important. What you have next going on in your life is exquisitely important. Pain is something we can't get rid of, really. Pain is something that is always going to be present with us. Our past is always going to be there. But you know what is more exquisitely more important than that? Is the fact that you can create your tomorrow. You can. You can make a decision. I'm going to create a vibrant life. And then start getting rid of the stuff that doesn't work anymore and bringing in the stuff that does. This is it. I love what Sarah just said. Moonora makes great fertilizer. Use it to bloom. Exactly. Because when we use all the crap of our past to give us all these experiences can add into our lives and help create the life that we want. Really, we can learn from it that way. Or we can roll around in it. Your choice. What do you decide? Number 5, this one is a favorite because I was so exquisitely good at this. The word today is exquisite, by the way. I was excellent at this. You pretend. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. You pretend a lot. How are you? Oh, I'm doing great. How are you? What's going on? Tell me about you. You do this to the degree where you just decide that, you know, push it aside. Push it aside. There's so much going on inside, but you don't take a look at it. You might even feel like inside of you you're dying, but you don't say anything to anyone. You're a lone soldier all on your own doing, you know, stepping through all this pain and this mud. And that is a sign that you have an abusive mindset. Pretending. You know, pretending everything's just hunky-dory when it's not. That doesn't mean somebody asks you how you are on the street and you're talking to a salesman and you're like, oh, it's just awful. And you just throw it all down. You don't have to do that. Of course, we have to be a little bit discerning. But on the other hand, we need to stop pretending that everything is great when it's not. You know, we need a place to go. We need people to talk to. We need to be able to come to God and let him know everything's not good inside. I need you present in my life. We need to be able to go to our friends and say, help me. I can't see something. Because you know what? Nobody can see clearly, right? Nobody can see clearly. So we need self-examination, and we also need help with seeing the things that we don't see. Oh my goodness, Beverly. I'm so sorry. Beverly just said she pretended her brother who killed himself was away at camp. Sometimes we need a coping mechanism in place, but then we need to also, it's time for the coping mechanism to be put down and to really deal with whatever it is. And I pray, Beverly, that you have a coping mechanism. We're here for you, though. You know that. Number 6 is you spend no time on yourself, you thought, or no time for self-improvement. You brush that off. No time at all. And you find yourself like ticked off at the world, snapping at your kids, snapping at your spouse, doing all of this stuff and just like pushing it all away. You know, When we are doing this, we're blind to ourselves. We're blind to what's really going on. And it's part of the pretending thing. It's part of the self-care is lacking thing. It's part of the whole negativity loop that we talk about. Unnecessary. Because all you have to do is decide to put yourself into the equation. It is just that simple. I'm not talking about having a whole spa day at home by yourself. Maybe you need that, you know? What I'm talking about is just being a part of your daily life and stop dismissing yourself as just the errand runner, as just the worker bee, as just the mother, as just the person who does all the things and connects all the dots for everyone else. It's time for you to step in and start connecting your own dots, okay? Number 7 is you isolate. You know, have you noticed that? People who do this isolate. It's all about just them and their own pain, and they're going to stay all by themselves and just do that. Angry, bitter, striking out at those who want to help and love. It happens all the time. And isolation will take you to the place of sheer desperation, because I can tell you, no one is an island, not one man. We're tribal. We're built like that. It's in our DNA. Did you know that? We're community minded. We need each other. Come on in, guys. You know, the water is warm. It's fine. Come into the Hot Milk Sprint. This is our intimate community. We do challenges. We do fun things together. And you know, there's some vulnerability there. There's some vulnerability there. And there's women there who are going to love you up, warts and all. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you think that you're the only one, you are so wrong. Come join a bunch of other women who are all flawed, all without perfection in their lives, all trying their best to live excellently, falling down, picking themselves up. And you know the one thing that we all hold on to, pinkies up? We just don't quit on ourselves. That's it. We just don't quit on ourselves. So don't be alone in this. Don't isolate. Come on in. The water's fine, I promise you. Hand to God. Number 8. Okay, you ready? Put on your seatbelt. Here it comes. You're a complainer. Oh dear, did I say that? You're a complainer, you're a whiner, you're a drama llama, maybe? Huh? How about that? And your only coping mechanism is to, okay, hold on to your ears, those of you who are delicate, to bitch and complain and whine your way through your life, right? I'm sorry, but those are the words. Nobody wants to be around that, and you don't even want to be around that. If that is your coping mechanism, all you're doing is hurting yourself and absolutely every single person around you. It's time to pull the plug. Stop it. Knock it off. No one wants that. And you are polluting your own self, your own mind, and your children, your spouse, your family members, and your family around you. It's time. And if you're feeling like, oh my gosh, she's talking to me, all I'm saying to you right now is it's time to stop all of that. So when you make a decision to stop all of it, get yourself into a community. Get yourself into a place where you can be accountable. Get yourself into a place where you have people who will love you and bring you back to yourself. Because I'm going to tell you this right now. Hear me. Your true self is not that woman. That's a bitter, angry woman. That's a bitter, angry woman for whatever reason has decided that's the route. Maybe you grew up, maybe that was your model growing up. It doesn't have to be your life now. I'm going to tell you this, that if you make a decision today to live a vibrant life, that stuff's got to go. You can change it out with, you know, I have something on my heart that I need to talk to you about. That doesn't mean we clam up, shut up, and put up. It means we have a voice in our lives, but we use it in a way that's constructive. You know, you don't say, you make me feel. No, you say, you know what? I feel this way. And can we discuss this? I said it the other day to Mark. I think I shared this with you. You know, that's a little arrogant, perhaps. And with a little bit of a chuckle and a little bit of a smile, maybe we should talk about that. And we'll have a discussion and say, yeah, it was a little bit of a rough morning. And I mean, it happens. In 6 years, it's happened maybe, 3 times. But if you're a human living with another human, I promise you, there's going to be bumps in the road. How are you going to handle it? How are you going to handle them in a way that smooths out the bumps, that is constructive, or in a way that, boom, you're going to blow the whole thing up? And those words, those ugly words that you said are going to echo in somebody you love's head for years to come. Is that what you want? Because if you live like this, that's going to become your legacy. And I'm begging you not to do this, because it's an abusive mindset that took you to this place. And it's time to break up. You know, we break up with abusive people, I hope, most of us, spouses, boyfriends, or whatever. And abuse of any kind is not okay. Not. You know, obviously physical abuse, but also verbal abuse. It's not okay. We have to use our words in a way that build others up, including yourself. You know, I don't ever want to hear anybody look in the mirror and say, oh, you're so fat, you're so ugly, you have such this, that, and the other thing. No. You look in the mirror and you just say, you know what? Those stretch marks carried those babies. And you know what? These legs have walked the corridors with a sick and elderly parent. We can be the women that we want to be when we make a decision to flip it all out and to choose this kind of constructive life. We don't have to be held back anymore by an abusive mindset if we decide it's not. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Nancy said it's hard to handle other people's mental illnesses. There are eggshells. I did that for a long time. I know what eggshells are. But there are things to counter that, and I would absolutely talk to a professional about it. There's great books on boundaries. McLeod, or Cloud, I think is his last name, Dr. Cloud, can't remember his first name. Good book on boundaries. I read that one. And there are things that we can do. You don't have to live like that. Yes, it is difficult when things come up. Yes, it is difficult when there's other, extraordinary circumstances all around you. But that doesn't mean there's no solution. There's always a solution if you seek one out. Am I right? Where's my pinky girls? Yvonne, I know, me too. I've got my stories, 18 years of it, got them, lots of them, scary. But you know what? We can overcome all of this. We can become the vibrant, wonderful women that we are meant to be. If you're here right now on this planet, if you're here listening to this, you have a purpose. You're chosen by God. You are not here just by accident so that you can make everybody else's, including your own life, miserable. It's not about misery. It's about vibrancy. And the vibrancy is when you choose it. Are you willing to choose it? Are you willing to be that woman? Are you willing to say enough is enough and break up with this abusive mindset? Because what you're thinking about, you're going to be bringing about, and you're going to be spreading it all around you, right? And I don't know about you. I want to be a spreader of joy. I want to be a spreader of love. I want to be the one that somebody, when I walk into the room lights up, because I'm there to do just that. Make a decision, because the world wouldn't be the same without you. But your sparkle and your glow and your light are not going to be lit up if you keep continually squashing it with all this negativity. It doesn't work that way. And I promise you that if you get into our Hot Melt Sprint group and you are saying, you know what, I'm having a hard time and I don't even know where to start, you put that post out there, I guarantee you there's going to be 30 women coming to your side to say, I love you, I'm here for you, what can I do to help? That's what's going to happen. We need each other. We need each other, ladies. So all I can say to you is, let's dump the butts. Let's dump the butts from this. I can't but. I know I can't be that woman. Yeah, it's good for everyone else, but not for me. Okay? The butt needs to go. No yeah buts. You are all that and then some. And there's so much about you that I don't even know yet. And there's so much about you don't even know yet. And it can all happen when you make a decision right now today that today you're going to start living a vibrant, luscious, wonderful life. It's your decision. All right. Well, thanks for joining me today. It was a great time. I really appreciate the fact that you showed up. And if you need me for anything, you know how to get a hold of me. Support@savingdinner.com. I'm here for you. And I will see you tomorrow for Wise Women's Wednesday. Peace be with you.
Thanks for watching. You can find us on YouTube on the Saving Dinner channel or on the Saving Dinner Facebook page. Check back daily for new episodes, Monday to Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. If you missed the live show, you can watch the replay. Until next time, pinkies up.